Lawrence Cole, the third man in the ring. Keys to victory for Margarito. Defense against the angle and attack. Use your power. Constantly attack. He's got size advantage. Use it and attack. So attack, attack, attack. Tora, Tora, Tora. For Pacquiao, avoid getting caught by big shots early. Dictate the pace. Punch straight inside the wide looping shots.
Well, that's certainly been what's carried him thus far.
And the patience and persistence of fight and stick with his game plan and then assault after 4 or 5.
Round 1, they touch gloves.
And so it begins, gentlemen. Margarito looking significantly bigger than Manny Pacquiao.
Yes, isn't he? That was exactly the first thought I had.
And in tremendous shape. But the size difference is tremendous.
You know, and the crowd here pretty much split. In fact, if anything, I think there might be a crowd edge for Margarito.
North Texas had a Hispanic population, but Pacquiao has a ardent following and will follow him anywhere in the world.
He does.
We did that tale of the tape so long ago. Remember, Margarito is much bigger. He's 5'11" to 5'6" and a half. He weighed in officially at 150. He's got to be at 160 at least by now. The age is no difference, really. They're in their prime, and he's got 6 inches advantage in reach, so he's a much bigger man than Pacquiao, who came in at 144 and a half officially.
You can see Margarito can punch down on Pacquiao, but Pacquiao quicker-handed.
Those punches look like they're coming with ferocity, though. If, and the key word is if, Margarito is able to land. It remains to be seen whether Pacquiao can take a punch from a man of this size.
I think that's what makes this fight compelling.
And I think it makes it interesting all the way through the end because, like you mentioned earlier, Barry, he definitely has a puncher's chance.
And at any time, that big punch could land and just change it immediately. Then there's the cut factor. You get the southpaw against the right hand.
That's right.
Short guy against a tall guy.
He did get there with a right hand a moment ago. It made Pacquiao blink, but he didn't take a backward step.
Pacquiao answered with a couple straight lefts of zone. Pacquiao beautiful with the straight shot straight to the midsection.
Yeah, trying to work the body early in this fight. If there is any kind of a conditioning issue with Margarito, Pacquiao will explore. Left to the body, right to the head by Pacquiao.
And you know, you can train as hard as you want. You can get sparring partners to emulate Manny Pacquiao, but there really isn't fighters out there that really can give you certain looks.
3-punch combination there. 2 to the head and a right to the body.
Another thing is you look at the guys where we are up close. Look at Pacquiao's lower legs. They're so much heavier than the taller Margarito and the heavier Margarito. I mean, that translates into power for the little guy.
Right now, Pacquiao's out-quicking Margarito.
Sneaky left-hand lead.
Pacquiao fighting a smart fight.
Yeah, he's not staying up on his shoulder like he did with Claudy. He's kind of getting in, getting out, and getting the better of it.
And that's the way he's fighting his game plan perfectly.
Not much of a tornado for in that round.
No, not even a strong breeze.
That's a Pacquiao round, no doubt.
No doubt.
The judges, Jürgen Lagos from Germany, one of the best in Europe, Oren Schnellenberger, and Glenn Crocker.
Pacquiao's corner, of course, the inimitable Freddie Roach. Miguel Diaz, veteran cutman, been around the track. Buboy Fernandez, who has been with Pacquiao right from the get-go. And in Margarito's corner, again, a very good corner. The brain trust there. Robert Garcia. Of course, his little brother, pretty darn good fighter, too. Francisco Espinosa, Francisco Navarro, and Sergio Diaz.
Barry, you talked about earlier in the evening the rumors of Margarito having a real tough time making weight. That will become a factor later on in this fight as, you know, Pacquiao tries to draw him into the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds.
And Margarito is one of those types of fighters that usually gets stronger as the rounds go on. That's been sort of his MO.
It has been.
But when fighting a fighter like Pacquiao, who has a high intensity and high volume of punches, remains to be seen whether he can still keep up that pace.
That's the whole key. He's never fought anybody that is going to or has hit him as many times as going to be hit by Manny Pacquiao.
And so far, Pacquiao hitting and not being hit. Good shot to the body. There's a right hand by Margarito.
Beautiful body shots by Manny Pacquiao.
It's so noticeable, the hand speed, isn't it?
Tremendous.
Headbutt.
And Pacquiao doing such a brilliant job nullifying that reach and height disadvantage he's at.
I'm scared to death of a cut the way these guys, the way Margarito tucks the chin and Manny comes in with that head.
Yeah,
right.
And there already was just a moment ago one headbutt. Margarito now throws a jab, had a couple of body shots, slips a right hand through. And Pacquiao answers with 5 of his own.
Margarito impressed by his speed with smiles.
You know, it's like one sustained touchdown after another, the way this crowd is. It's unbelievable, folks, the enthusiasm in this arena.
Most of those by Margarito missed. Those two got through.
Beautiful right hook counterpunch Pacquiao has really perfected.
Pacquiao 3 to the body, then comes the left hand lead to the body. Reaching right hand is short by Margarito.
Manny signifies, come on, let's get it on, let's go. You wouldn't think that his fight plan would be to mix in the center of the ring and want to have a brawl in the middle of the ring.
No, you're exactly right. And Margarito, usually the guy who's constantly coming forward with his hands, never by his chin, always attacking. But when you're worried about getting hit as much as against a Pacquiao, you can't help but keep him covered.
Well, he's got him back at his heels now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Margarito's gotten there a couple of times, but Pacquiao's out punching him 5-1.
Easily done. Look at this. And pinpoint accuracy.
Pinpoint. As far as not having a good camp, it's not showing out. Now, he's got to watch himself getting in close, because even though he's got the longer reach, Margarito's definitely really good on the inside. Just ask Miguel Cotto.
Manny cannot forget the throw when he comes in. He can't have a lapse for 1 second, and especially in these early rounds.
Boy, you're right. It is the crowd is at a high pitch.
It's a frenzy.
From the beginning of the round to the end of the round, no matter who's doing it.
Beautiful combinations by Manny Pacquiao.
4 punches.
Before the round starts, and we won't be able to do that. But believe me, the replay we had for you just shows what you've already seen.
And disciplined hand speed with pinpoint precision, nice crisp combinations.
Look at the movement, slides to the left, then he bounces, go back to his right, throws a barrage of punches, stops, moves outside. He's doing it all.
Hardly ever 1 punch at a time, too.
And I've never seen Margarito reluctant to let go of his hands than I have in this fight. Total respect for Pacquiao's speed.
Yeah.
The credit to the fighters, we haven't seen anything in Lawrence Cole. He hasn't had to separate them at all. These guys are here to fight.
Lawrence Cole, yes, you're exactly right. Hasn't been 1 clinch.
The body shot that time by Pacquiao. Comes to the left hook. Misses with a right. Doesn't miss with that left.
Margarito can't hit him. He can't catch him.
Much was made of the last fight when Clottey did not let his hands go. Margarito's doing a little bit better of a job, but not as much as I thought he would let his hands go.
No, I completely agree with you. I think the last fight, Pacquiao just took all the fight away from Clottey, and I'll tell you what, he's starting out very similarly this time.
You're right, Barry.
You know, the layoff, in a case where you don't have any fights, you're out for a year, it doesn't do you any good to come back against arguably one of the greatest boxers in the history of the sport.
Right.
But the way the sport is dictated money-wise, you take this shot when you get it.
Look at all the different angles that Pacquiao gives you. Came with that left hand from out of nowhere.
Look at this.
4-punch combination. He's got Margarito going backward.
Margarito smiling. I don't know if he's necessarily hurt, but he's definitely bothered.
You know, I expected to see Margarito just go all out for the first 3 or 4 rounds. Not the case at all. Manny's just totally taking it away from him.
You're exactly right. Maybe he feels that Pacquiao was going to come with the onslaught due to his undertraining, if you will. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Pacquiao looks in phenomenal shape as usual.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Freddie Roach said months ago we picked this opponent because his hands are slow and he's perfect for us. And so far, Freddie's right.
Almost a clash of heads again there, and that is something that both these guys are going to have to be very aware of.
You know, those hands are slow, but those hands are heavy.
Yes, they are.
That chin is solid. So it's definitely a tough customer, and he's got a lot of heart.
And again, the way that head's bouncing around him, look at the way he's operating.
I think that one hurt him.
4-punch combination, 5, 6, 7-punch combination, upstairs and downstairs. Margarito can do nothing but smile at that. And again, Margarito reluctant to let his hands go, letting him go a little bit there downstairs to no avail, not connecting on any of them. Pacquiao with an incredible lateral movement, escaping all of them.
With the jaw hanging down, Barry.
This is round number 4.
Margarito being a true welterweight, being a big welterweight, and even coming in heavier, of course, for this fight, looks at a guy like Pacquiao and says, okay, I know what he's done, but he's a lot smaller than me. There's no way he can handle my punch. It's a whole nother thing when you step in the ring with him.
Well, that's exactly right. You still got to be able to throw the punch.
Or land it, more importantly.
That even better, yeah. Boy, 2 left hands in close quarters and a chopping right hand. That one just missed.
Look at the defense to Manny. You know, he's blocking a lot on the gloves and on the elbows. And here's Margarito on the assault. But he's beat by the quicker Pacquiao again.
Absolutely. He's getting out quicked and he's getting out slugged.
Now that's where Pacquiao does not want to be, and wisely he moved out of that corner, because that's where Margarito can do some damage, and he does have the best chances of hurting Pacquiao, is when he's on those ropes.
Again, a 2-punch combination from Pacquiao.
Pacquiao bringing out the whole arsenal tonight. Hooks, uppercuts.
And a welt under the right eye already of Margarito, and that's going to be a problem. It's pretty nasty right now.
I remember I said after 4 he was going to start busting him up. He's already started it in the 4th round.
Beautiful display from Pacquiao. Margarito has done nothing to take advantage of his height, his reach. At this point, it's a glorified sparring match, and Pacquiao's having his way with Antonio Margarito.
It's absolutely, they call this sport the sweet science. This is what they mean.
Look at him blocking him on the elbow. He comes with the uppercut. He catches it with his hands. This guy's extraordinary.
It's an absolute clinic that he's putting on right here.
Oh, and that eye is bad.
Margarito up, and Margarito now in retreat.
He might be ready to drop him.
He could be.
And that is a really bad cut, Colonel.
Yeah, he is beat up.
And that is in the eye where Margarito can land that powerful left shot of his.
I think Margarito may be ready to go.
And Pacquiao is pulling the trigger.
Well, his face is totally busted up, and we're only in the 4th round with 45 seconds left in the 4th.
Margarito just absolutely has no answer.
He has nothing. And this has been from the get-go. It's been all Pacquiao. Here's the courage of Margarito, but not effective at all.
Nothing effective. He's got a lot of heart, but heart's not going to win your rounds.
He threw a little bit of an uppercut that got there, but it's one against many.
Just the speed is just overwhelming. And Margarito took a beating in this round.
Oh boy, did he. End of round 4.
Watch this stuff here now. Watch the hand speed of Pacquiao, and look at the power right between the gloves. And watch this, boom, right on top of it. And right back with another shot with that very, very howitzer-like blasting away.
Perfect example of size not meaning anything. It's not the size, it's the skill level, and Pacquiao's got that in spades.
This is round 5, and a clinic being put on by the champion from the Philippines.
Floyd Mayweather, come out, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this. Don't deny the people that love boxing the chance to see 2 great fighters do battle. He's the only one left that really makes sense because this guy is really showing his class tonight.
Gentlemen, what does this say about Pacquiao as far as his legs? If he's able to end in a knockout, De La Hoya, Hatton, Cotto, Margarito, all these guys, he ends in a knockout. I mean, it's hard not to put him in that conversation of greatest ever.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, you know, Bob Arum said
Beautiful combination.
Better than Muhammad Ali because he punches with both hands. Ali was a one-punch guy, you know, an accumulation of punches. This guy's a power puncher with both hands.
Oh, Colonel, the fact that he was able to ascend to all these weight classes, which makes it so impressive.
I mean, his seat in Canastota is solid already.
Oh, yeah.
Margarito got a little bit of a wake-up call, and now he's just paying for it.
Talk about relentless. I mean, Margarito in his prime was relentless like this. Pacquiao had to stop throwing punches from the get-go.
And again, he's got him backing up. And two, you made a great point, Colonel. And the fact is, not only we always talk about his offense, which is brilliant, he's not getting hit very much.
He's not. And you know what? He's been in some wars, though, Barry.
Yeah.
If you look at the fights with Barrera, with Morales, with Marquez, those were physical fights.
Absolutely.
They weren't cakewalks.
And this should have been, but Margarito cannot execute against him at all.
Yep.
Not at all.
Isn't it fascinating that the most competitive fight that he's been in was back at 126 against Marquez?
That's right.
He technically won more rounds in all their fights.
That's exactly right. I think, though, that he's a much better fighter now than he was then.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. So that's true, and that is a valid point.
31 years of age, right in the prime of his career. Boxing has got to see Mayweather and him do battle.
No, you're right.
Little uppercut from Margarito. Gets a bit of a wake-up call here. And that chopping right hand.
Left hand.
Don't forget where that right side is where the power hand is of Manny. And he's blasting him right on top of it.
It is looking the worse for wear, and that is going to be completely shut.
In perpetual motion, Mario. This guy doesn't stop on his feet. Up, around, slides to his left, back to his right, throws his hands.
Oh, he's got the energy of an Energizer Bunny. And that's what I was concerned with all the rumors floating around, was the conditioning, the spring in his step. Well, looks like the same old fantastic Manny to me.
Absolutely does. And he's just so sharp. I don't know what you could say.
It's a clinic. I'll show you exactly what happened. Now, here he is. But look at the defense that you talked about, Barry. He's doing this great, but he needs more of this. But a lot of these punches are being blocked, and a lot get through, too. That was one of the best sequences of the fight for Margarito. But look at Manny now. There's 3-4 unanswered.
It's almost like he wants to keep it interesting for himself. And here's Margarito again with the same time. He's great with those sneaky uppercuts, but I think a lot has been taken out of him. And whenever Pacquiao taps those gloves, it's like, okay, let's get it on. And it's interesting to note that Claudio in the last fight, although he did not land that often, when he did, Pacquiao at the end of the fight was a little swollen. Not the case tonight.
Not at all. This is round 6. They're doing what they can on that swelling under the right eye of Margarito, but it's not getting any better.
Every once in a while, guys, lift your headphones on and listen to what's going on in this arena.
Yeah.
I tell you, I get goosebumps listening to this fight. This is unbelievable.
This is like a World Cup atmosphere, which is great. Quite the production. Top Rank did an excellent job.
Thank God they don't have those horns here.
Oh, yes.
That's what we need.
Look at Manny, just brilliant boxing.
Well, and great movement. He's giving them all the angles. And I mean, you know, again, we're overusing the word, but it's a clinic. I mean, you want to know how to fight? Here you go. Here's a training film.
Remember, the great thing about boxing is one big solid punch, and Manny gets lackadaisical anytime and loses concentration. Can turn this fight right around. Always keep that in mind when you get a big puncher.
You're exactly right, and Freddie Roach is the best at reminding him of that. In the midst of all this chaos, he's a nice calm presence when you go to that corner.
Yeah, that's a great thing about Freddie in his corner. Different cornermen use different tactics. Freddie's is total serenity. If you don't believe in the one-punch theory, ask Michael Mora.
Well, that's right, yeah.
Cost him a world title.
But with all due respects, I think Manny Pacquiao is a smarter fighter than Michael Mora.
Yeah. I mean, we may be looking at one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. I mean, if statistics and whatnot tell the story, certainly 8 world titles. He's going to win his 8th tonight.
Well, Colonel, you've seen 900 of them, or called them too, and I'm sure you've seen thousands more. Just off of physical ability, he's got to rank up there on the top 5.
Easily.
Combination of speed, power, agility, balance.
Benito Lopez is my #1 in history for me, the great Mexican Hall of Famer. But this kid, man, he's right there. But you know something? I'm a big Floyd Mayweather guy, too. I think he's one of the greatest defensive fighters that lives today in fights.
I happen to agree with you.
All the more reason that fight needs to be made. Coming out of the end of round 6, and it's just more of the same thing.
Beautiful counter shots by Margarito.
Well, Pacquiao got his hand wrapped on the rope, and Margarito hit him a pretty good shot.
Margarito not done, not going out without a fight.
No, I think that one punch got Pacquiao's attention.
Oh, and that's a big left hand by Pacquiao.
And now Pacquiao fighting off the ropes and kind of getting things back to where they were.
Listen to the crowd as the bell sounds.
Great equalizer, Manny Pacquiao.
This is where he gets hurt. Watch and see if his hand gets hung up in the rope.
I thought
here.
it did.
So yeah, it does. It does, Barry. The left hand, and Margarito right on top, and then he blasted him a shot right to the liver. He hurt him.
That almost dropped him.
Oh yeah, and that shot, you saw him wince, and he's wincing there. Yeah, that shot, those shots hurt.
Remember what we said, the one punch from the big puncher can change the course of a mighty river in a hurry. That's the excitement of this fight, even though Manny is totally dictating.
And now we're going to have to wipe some of the Vaseline off.
And Margarito obviously is taking a lot of punishment. Remains to be seen whether it's really hurting him, if you know what I mean. He's obviously, the face looks like it's deteriorating, but he's taken some big shots from big punches before.
Yeah, he has. And actually, it's not appreciably worse than it was a couple of rounds ago.
Again, Barry, it's to the power side. You know, the right eye is where that left hand has a home. And it is getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah, now it is, yeah.
And, you know, one big pop on top of that, and that thing is splat open.
Wow.
And then
right
what used to be a cheek will be a bone.
And we're right in the front row for that, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks.
The other thing, the problem is this goes on another couple of rounds, is if the eye totally closes up, referee might have to stop the fight. And well, look at now, Barry. Look at it now.
Yeah, it's getting much worse, almost by the second here now. And I think this fight is so lopsidedly in Pacquiao's favor that Lawrence Cole would be well advised not to go too far with it.
Margarito showed signs of life in the last round. Still coming forward, still being aggressive, but is it being effective? Not so much.
When he goes out, Mario, it'll be on his shield.
Oh, yeah.
Quitting the Tijuana fighter.
Oh, no.
Pacquiao just pot-shotting him now.
Colonel scorecard. Got Pacquiao pitching a shutout. 60-63.
Yep. There was a right hand from Margarito. And another right hand from Margarito and another one.
Manny throwing shots, get just a hair careless there for a second.
And now he bounces right back.
And good foot movement by Pacquiao. Because you want to exchange and get out quickly, because this is still a strong individual in front of you. And this is what Margarito wants to keep him, Colonel, on those ropes, and Pacquiao feels his back touch those ropes and quickly moves.
Such a
and look at that
skill down.
6-punch combination right there.
And then 6 right on top of it.
Right on top of it.
And the way he's able to unleash those combinations, he's got such incredible balance.
Gee, Mario, you said the Energizer Bunny, and I don't think anything describes him better than that. Perpetual motion in this entire fight for this kid. Look at that right eye of Margarito, almost totally closed.
Yeah. 10 seconds left here in round 7. Margarito did get there again with a right hand every now and then.
Every now and then, you're right, Barry. He does land those punches, but it's
Bang right there, right on the liver, and he hurts Manny a little bit with that, and then he cracks him with the right hand. But Manny is just so well conditioned, he's able to gobble it up from a very heavy-handed guy.
And he knows how to utilize his speed to the best with those combinations. 3-4 punch combination, steps to the side, and doesn't give him a target to hit.
You say Margarito's got to figure a way to slow him down. I can't figure out how you would slow this guy down.
Well, and I think, Mario, your point, again, a very good point, that it's his side-to-side movement, too, and he does. He'll throw a combination, he'll step left, and get out of harm's way. And, you know, that's the way you draw it up.
And there's difference between fast and quick fighters. Floyd Mayweather, very, very quick. Those hands are very, very quick. Not as quick laterally as a Pacquiao. Doesn't have that fast lateral movement. Knows defensively he's the best. But as far as giving you those different angles and looks, it's a tough guy to train for. Or train against, I should say.
The more I see of Manny, the more I want to see the Floyd Mayweather fight. I'm a huge fan of what Mayweather does in the ring. I'm not a fan at all of what he does out of the ring.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And then, ironically, Mayweather's style is the kind of style, that counter-punching style, sort of in that Marquez vein, that would give Pacquiao the most problems.
Well, it's a fight that, you know, not only is important to those two guys or to how much money they're going to make or to the promoters, it's important to the sport. I mean, that fight has to be made for the sport of boxing.
Look at this. Manny chooses to stay on the ropes and mix with them.
And that's not a good place to be, because Margarito still, we can hear those punches, gentlemen, and they're still coming with ferocity. And Manny likes to mix it up.
He does.
Sometimes a fighter just has to fight. Test himself. Look at the face.
Vicious shots, and Margarito taking them and smiling. And Pacquiao's going, wow, this is a tough customer here in front of me.
Yeah, I'll say. Margarito might have given it his best shot just a moment ago. He had Pacquiao on the ropes. He hit him.
And he has him there again. Let's see if he can be busy and do what he needs to do.
Pacquiao slides this time. He had enough of the power of Margarito.
Because even when he's hitting you in the arms or in the shoulders, Barry, you're feeling those shots.
Now the left eye is beginning to swell up of Margarito.
Pacquiao backs into the ropes again. Took a big uppercut.
The crowd going wild, sensing Margarito is doing something effective.
Well, the work rate of Pacquiao has been so extraordinary, he's got to slow down. I mean, it's not humanly possible to continue at the rate that he was energizing, bunnying along.
You would think.
Well, of course, that's what I said against Clottey, too. And what did he throw? 1,300 punches or something, didn't he?
Look at this.
And this is a much more entertaining affair than with Clottey. Margarito coming to fight.
Margarito has landed some of his best punches of the fight in this round.
Yes, Cornelio.
But he hasn't won the round, I don't think.
No, hasn't done enough, because Pacquiao's had an answer for everything he's thrown at him. Beautiful counter shot by Margarito. I mean, Pacquiao with lefts and rights.
Here's the warrior Pacquiao. He chooses to stay in the corner. Where does the energy come from? Wow!
It's remarkable.
This is some of Margarito's great work. Nice body shots against Pacquiao. Busy with some short left hooks. Caught him with a right. Again, another nice body shot. Barrage of punches, some of Margarito's best work. He's just not able to keep him on the ropes long enough to do anything of detriment. Pacquiao answering with combinations of his own. Whenever Margarito may feel he does have the upper hand or is gaining momentum, Pacquiao is there to stop it and answer. Big uppercut thrown by Margarito. One still very dangerous, the Tijuana Tornado. One of those big uppercuts can turn this around, Colonel.
Absolutely, and that's the great thing about this fight. And Manny, at some stage during that last round, looked like he was wilting a little bit. Now, they've done a nice job in the face to get that end swell on there and push those big welts way down.
But
push that blood black around the corner.
Your point, though, is well taken, that there's a swelling under the left eye now, too. So it's not just the right eye that's a problem for Margarito. Under the left eye, pretty good size swelling starting to form.
There's still a lot of fight left. There's 4 rounds, and Margarito still looks He looks in tremendous shape. Still looks like he's got a lot of fight in him. And like you said, Colonel, he's going to go out on a shield if he's going to go out.
But, you know, if in fact everything that we learned is true about the big weight problem, 7 or 8 pounds overweight with a couple of days to go, this is where it drains you now. In the 9th round, 10th round, 11th round, championship time. And Pacquiao back up on the toes, on the move. Wow.
Margarito being effective, getting him to the end of those ropes, and a big right hook, counter right hook from Pacquiao.
Yeah, Margarito trying to turn this into a brawl. That's his best chance, needless to say. And Pacquiao in the last round accommodated him.
Yeah, I mean, Barry, you know, every once in a while, a boxer becomes a fighter. And this guy's such a great boxer, and it just shows what a great fighter he is when he chooses, I'm not coming off the ropes, I will battle with you. But he picks his shots.
Pacquiao, though, and I love him for it, is easily enticed into a fight. And that's what makes him not only one of the best boxers, one of the best entertainers in the sport.
Meanwhile, I got him prohibitively in front, winning every single round of the fight, 80-71. It would take a knockout on my card for Margarito to win the fight, and certainly have to knock him down 2 or 3 times to even get in the fight.
Yeah, it's hard to make a case for Margarito having won any round, although I think Pacquiao has kind of taken this round off a little bit.
Still landing big shots, Barry.
Yeah,
but you're exactly right. Not as busy as he's been in prior rounds, but still landing some effective shots.
But now you find out if the fatigue of the Energizer Bunny begins to show, does Margarito's weight problem begin to show in this final minute? Because it's the 3rd minute that dictates the tough boxing matches.
Margarito's constantly coming forward. Again, that's his style, and that hasn't changed tonight.
No question about the conditioning of either one of these athletes, if there's any question about their preparation for this fight. Shots right on top of those eyes by Manny. What a warrior Antonio is, though, eh?
Wow, Antonio, relentless, methodical in his approach. Tough customer, and a huge right hook that he just took from Manny Pacquiao and kept coming.
Pacquiao now gets out of there. Pacquiao's punch production is definitely down in this round, but I still think he probably did enough to win the round.
Oh, definitely.
I'm looking every way I can to give Margarito the round, but I can't give it to him. And I want to.
Pacquiao just answers every time he's got something.
So here we go, round 10.
Touch of the gloves, a little sign of respect. A little too much grease on the face of Margarito. It's a second warning. Oh no, they're asking him if he can see.
He said how many fingers? It looked like about 8.5 to me.
Production slowed down in the first 30 seconds of this, the 9th round of Manny Pacquiao. But he's still got it in the legs.
He's still got it in the legs. But at this point, Pacquiao, at least in the last few fights, has been so dominant early on that the opponent is retreating on his bicycle. Right. Pacquiao's the one coming forward. So he's not used to being in this position where his opponent is still coming forward.
Yeah. It's a double right hand. Very difficult combination.
You notice the fatigue factor. I was going to say Manny missed it a couple of times. As I'm about to let that come out of my mouth, he cracks him with the right hand.
Yeah. That right eye just about closed, and the left eye not doing much better.
Now this becomes a factor for the doctor to determine, because these eyes are really bad, especially that left eye. Or the right eye, rather.
And he just took about 5 shots.
Oh, and another beautiful shot from Manny Pacquiao.
It was an uppercut.
Look at this.
Pacquiao.
Margarito having a hard time seeing.
He's not seeing to the right side at all.
And Pacquiao's just not missing anything.
And a pinpoint. Look at that. Right on top of it again. This might be the last round of the fight.
Unbelievable accuracy.
There's a chance. Manny. The crowd is in an absolute frenzy.
Yeah, it's just been a terrific night. They're seeing an absolute clinic here from the champion, Manny Pacquiao. And it's not to take anything away from Margarito. Margarito came here with an idea. He's really tried. He keeps on coming, but he's just sitting there against a buzzsaw.
I got to tell you, if I'm in the corner of Margarito, I stop the fight after this round. He can't win it, and no sense of him taking any more head blows. They should stop the fight. Man, he's beating the daylights out of him now. Right eye closed. Nobody's been down. Nobody really shaken. But man, he just beating the daylights out of him now.
Yeah, this fight should be stopped. And if the corner was smart, they would stop the fight.
Oh, Margarito taking a huge right hook.
And now he's in trouble. Still 15 seconds to go.
Margarito's a perfect example of a fighter who's a little too tough for his own good.
That's exactly right.
And that can be dangerous later in life.
And you hope he survives the round, and then they stop it. That's it. And I hope that's really it.
Watch where it lands. Boom!
Right on the temple.
They're going to let the fight go on, and it shouldn't.
Different angle.
And if they stop it in the 11th, that'll be the exact round that Pacquiao stopped Miguel Cotto.
Yeah. Well, this fight really should be stopped. It shouldn't be allowed to go on here. The man has no chance of winning the fight.
Well, the ring physician can't stop it. I suppose the guy says he's okay. But look at the guy's face and the amount of head blows he's taken, and he can't possibly win the fight.
Exactly.
Both fighters just did the sign of the cross, and I just did one for them because I don't want Antonio Margarito, who's a good guy, to get hurt.
Yeah, that's the last thing we want to see is anyone seriously impaired.
Exactly, and as you said, Colonel, I mean, it's about the long term, too, not just the short term. This is a good guy. He's been a great champion.
Three-time world champ Antonio Margarito goes from his chronological age of 32 to about 40 tonight.
Yeah. This fight has gone on too far, too long.
Margarito still throwing, not being effective, but still throwing.
This is beginning to remind me of Gerald McClellan against Nigel.
Pacquiao
just looked at Lawrence Cole to stop the fight, and Lawrence Cole's just standing there, and he should step in and stop it right now.
I think Lawrence will stop it very shortly. There's about 7 punches in a row there. He looks like, come on, what do you want me to do?
Lawrence might just be admiring his work and forgetting where he's at the moment.
Stop this fight.
Yeah, this is way past what should be.
How many more times are you going to hit him in the head? He's out on his feet. He can't do anything, and he's getting pummeled to the head.
And I think Pacquiao just said, come on, to Lawrence Cole again.
Lawrence Cole, where are you, Lawrence Cole?
Stop it, Lawrence.
Yeah, that's a very poor job.
Lawrence.
Doesn't matter if he could see it. He's going to let it go on. That's just horrible.
What are we talking about, 40 head blows?
That's just horrible.
40 head blows?
They want to wait until he can't see, right?
This is the corner's fault.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming Lawrence Cole. I mean, he'd be criticized if he stopped the fight by some, but the corner's responsible for the health of this kid, too.
Colonel, I couldn't agree with you more. Often the blame goes to the ref, but you're right. It's the corner. The fighters don't want to go out on the wrong. They don't want to quit. They don't want to look like the quitter.
They'll never quit. You don't listen to the fighter when you run the corner. Guys like this from Tijuana or the Philippines, they won't quit. You got to use your head.
No, but I think it's incumbent upon the referee, who is the final word and the only person who can stop a fight. When a fighter is taking a beating like Margarito is now, this fight should have been stopped at least 1 round ago.
I thought it was going to be close for 4 rounds, and then the pummeling will begin. But the pummeling is gone from the get-go, and it doesn't need to go any further. And I'm a big advocate in professional fighting and letting it go as far as you can, but this is beyond where it needs to go.
I agree with you.
This has got to be the last round.
And there's no victory in going any sort of distance.
Manny puts a whooping on this guy, then he looks right at the ref and says, what do you want me to do? Stop this fight. Look at him. Look, he looks right at the ref. Come on.
This is round 12. Final round.
Well, they're going to let this go on just so the man can finish the fight. And I just think it's 100% wrong. I cannot defend what Lawrence Cole was doing at all.
Pacquiao, total gentleman, ask him if he's okay. Margarito's saying yes.
I think Pacquiao will likely just get on his bike and stay away here.
110 to 98, no chance, and your guy's going to take another 50 more head blows.
I'm guessing that Pacquiao's hardly going to throw a punch here.
He may not. He doesn't have to. Look at him. He's just touching him up.
Yeah.
He's actually trying not to put. Oh, man. He's got to fight. A fighter's got to fight.
Oh, yeah, it's not on Pacquiao.
No, not on Pacquiao at all. And he's actually being a professional and a gentleman, asking him to come on. And he's just sort of toying with him at the moment. Even his quick glancing counterpunches are still very effective, though.
Now look at Manny. He's just touching him up. That's all he's doing. He's not throwing hard, and he really doesn't want to throw anymore.
He shouldn't have had to. He shouldn't have had to fight the last round.
He's not loading his punches up at all. I mean, if this fight was close, you think this is the way this round would be going? No way.
Oh, absolutely.
This shows what a true athlete and what a true human being that Manny Pacquiao is. He could have the crowd into a frenzy right now by beating the living daylights out of this guy, and he won't do it. That's a professional athlete.
Yeah, he's a class act.
I get more respect for Manny Pacquiao than maybe any other fighter that I've ever seen. I'm honored to have done his fight tonight. Honored to work with you, Barry, for the first time in a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Great being with you, Mario. Great credit to boxing. We're glad to have you in boxing, believe me.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, Pacquiao really showing what a class act he is here. Doing what the referee wouldn't do.
Showing mercy.
It's the first time I've ever seen a fighter actually show mercy in the ring.
Yeah.
I've seen guys ask referees to stop it before.
And he's doing it, mind you, off of a lot of trash talking that Margarito and the camp did, both to Pacquiao in his corner.
But I mean, basically, Manny is taking this round off. And now maybe he'll finish strong for the last 30 seconds. But I mean, he could knock this guy down right now.
Yes. Yeah. And it gets the crowd involved again, but I don't think Pacquiao really wants to do this.
Hey, Mario.
He's gone this far. Let's let him finish it on his feet.
Mario, if you interview him at the end of the fight, and I think you're going to get in there, ask him if he, in the end, had mercy from him. I'd like to know and hear it from him.
Definitely going to ask him.
Listen to the crowd. What a frenzy. Closing seconds of a great, great fight for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, if not a great fight, a great victory.
Yeah, great victory. Total shutout.
A complete, absolute, complete performance by a complete champion. And now they tend to Margarito. He's a brave guy, but you can be too brave.
Well, we saw history tonight for sure, because this is going to be the 8th World Championship for this guy who's destined for the Hall of Fame in Canastota, though he was destined there before this fight took place.
I'll say it was.
What's left for Manny Pacquiao? Nothing but the Floyd Mayweather fight, really. He wants to be a politician. He wants to go back to Sarangani and do his job as a congressman in the Sarangani province in the Philippines, and he wants to become president of the country. And that's where his interest will be in the future. But please, Floyd Mayweather, come and fight this guy.
Yeah, it would sure be something special. And you have an idea there would be more than one.
Oh, yeah. If there's any controversy whatsoever, the promoters, they're going to keep this thing going, because this guy is he's the star of boxing today. This is the Ali of Ali's days, the Mike Tyson in his prime, the Lennox Lewis in his prime, the Sugar Ray Leonard in his prime, the Hagler, the Hearns. This is the guy right now. He's the superstar in the boxing world tonight.
Well, you might even go further. He may be the savior of the sport of boxing. Here's Michael Buffer.
From Cowboy Stadium, we go to the scorecards. Jay Lango scores the bout 120-108. Glenn Crocker 118-110. Oren Schellenberger 119-109. all three to the winner by unanimous decision. And now winner of his 8th World Championship, the fighting pride of Sarangani Province, Philippines, Manny Pacquiao!
Well, he just did what he always does. Came
Now,
absolutely prepared to fight, executed a game plan perfectly, beat a very competent fighter. What more can you ask of him?
nothing. In spite of the fact there was a little talk about the catch weight of 150, he wins the WBC Super Welterweight Championship, which is the 154-pound limit, and now he's the 154-pound world champion. To go along with the other 7. Maybe we'll never see that in the history of boxing again. We certainly haven't seen it before.
And there is his family. That's his wife, Jenky, and he has her name, of course, and his children's name tattooed.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm with the undisputed Manny Pacquiao. Manny, so much for having a weak training camp and not coming in 100%. You look spectacular tonight. At any point were you hurt in this fight?
I hurt once in one round, and I stay in the rope, and I got hit in the stomach, but I recover right away because I know my opponent's tough, and I really train hard for this fight, and they think that I'm not focused in the fight, but the truth is I'm really train hard and sacrifice myself. That's why I'm weighing 144 pounds only.
Now, it seemed like in the 11th round, after Margarito was taking such a beating throughout the whole fight, that you looked at the ref and said to stop this fight. Were you, in fact, indicating that you wanted him to stop? He had enough punishment?
I mean, I told the referee, take a look at the doctor and then see if he can still fight him, because it's really bad, his face and the eyes, the cut in the eyes. Boxing is not for, for killing each other.
Total gentleman and class act till the end, Manny. So with that said, in the 12th round, did you lay off a little bit?
In the 12 rounds, I know it's I won the whole round, and I'm not looking for a knockout. I'm just playing to finish the 3 minutes, and playing it side by side and throw a lot of punches.
So, Manny, it doesn't seem like the more you climb these weight classes, you're not losing any speed, you're not losing any power. I think it remains to be seen an opponent that's going to pose those sort of problems for you. But, of course, I'd be remiss to not ask Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people obviously want to see you facing him. Is he as important to you for you to face him?
For me, if the fight happen, it's happened. If not, I'm okay, because I really don't need him. I am satisfied with what I did in boxing, and all the achievement that I have. I'm really satisfied and happy. I really thank God for everything that He gave it to me. And if the fight happens, that's good for for us and to all the people who love boxing.
Now, the many things that you're involved in, obviously very passionate about supporting your country and being involved as in Congress now. You go back. I know you have many other endeavors. Is there a movie coming up? Are you going to be performing? Are you performing somewhere tonight?
Only in the hotel, and I have a concert this coming 16 in Lake Tahoe. So if anybody can come to Lake Tahoe and watch the concert, that will be good.
Well, Pacquiao, congratulations, Manny, on an amazing performance tonight. Good luck with the performance. Good luck with everything, my friend.
Right, thank you,
Back
my friend.
to you, gentlemen.